Greetings, YouTube. Happy Master Sunday. Go Tiger. Excuse me. And, this is going to be an interesting bundle to grade. So, first and foremost, this is no longer the day of rest in terms of offers. Traditionally, in 2017 and 2018, we saw Kabam put out most of their best offers, unless it was like a day that happened to fall on, say, the first of the month for like a daily card offer. Sunday, you just could count on no offers. But 2019 has changed that. In fact, some of the best offers of this year have come out on Sundays, no longer the Sabbath day of rest for Kabam's marketing department up in Canada. And here we have an interesting discussion because, of course, on one hand, whenever anyone sees the words 4-star now, you get triggered. And the in-game community says, screw you, Kabam, giving all these great 4-star offers when you can't take them into Act 6. And that's 100% true. And the anger is 100% justified for the sake of Act 6. But here's the deal, YouTube. We have seen this past week the new content, otherwise known as Mystery in the Micro Realms Variant Difficulty. A content that does not restrict 4 stars, and I have been sent several fantastic videos from several fantastic YouTubers killing the new variant difficulty at its hardest with 4 stars like Archangel, like Killmonger, 4 stars like Hyperion and Domino, 4 stars like Killmonger. So let's talk about the fact that we have content again that's new with fantastic rewards, that 4 stars are once again relevant, especially for the best players who don't take a ton of block damage because they are bosses when it comes to intercepting. And if you are that person and you do have a new 4-star that maybe you want to take up, you have some deals in front of you that are pretty good. I will say this, I am very, very confused as to why the $50 Max Signature Bundle doesn't have a single 5-star Hero Crystal Shard above the $30 one. You'd think it would at least have 2,000 5-star Hero Crystal Shards for 50 if you're getting 1,000 for 30, but I digress. Now, we have seen for about 800 to 850 units, which, as a reminder, 800 to 850 units is $30. So, for the same price of $30, we've seen this 4-star generic Awakening Gem, which is a fantastic item because you can use it on any champion of any class. So, if this $30 bundle was just the 4-star generic Awakening Gem and 1,000 5-star shards, I'd give it a C. I'd say it is a solid average offer for what we've seen. But when you consider that they also add in a rank up gem of a rank 1 to rank 2 and a rank up gem from rank 2 to rank 3, which I do believe these are generics because you can use them on any champion of any class, that becomes at least another $10 value, right? You'd think. So I'm going to give this $30 4-star Awakening Bundle, I'm going to give it a B. Now, it's going to be a low B. It's like an 83. It's just above a B minus, but it's still, for those of you out there who need to awaken one of your God tier 4-star champions, you know, as well as I do, that it's going to be almost impossible for you to do that in a 4-star crystal. There is no 4-star featured crystal despite all of my asking of that every time I open 4-star crystals on air because there are just so many champions on the 4-star crystal. You have well under a 1% RNG, even if every champ's drop rates are the same, which we know that's not true, especially for the likes of Wolverine. You're just not going to awaken them. And if you do somehow get them and they're not awakened, you're just kind of screwed. So the generic Awakening Gem, if you are struggling to beat, say, Act 4, or even become uncollected, which is very obtainable for 440 4 stars. I've seen a ton of users get to uncollected with just 440s as long as those 4 stars are often awakened. You are going to want to pick this deal up to awaken the likes of, say, an Archangel or a Dr. Voodoo, an Aegon. Now, once you have that champion awakened, this is where the temptation gets real because this Max Signature Stone is tremendous, especially for champs that highly benefit from high Sig Stone maxed out capabilities. You know who I'm talking about, the likes of Scarlet Witch, the likes of Void, Aegon, so many others. You want to take advantage of that. I would still argue that Blade tremendous advantage at SIG 99 versus SIG 20. So you if you get that Champ Awakened, you're thinking, all right, it's $80. It's a lot of money, and I never want to discount that, right? $80 is so much money. That could still on eBay get you a lot of games for a console system, or heck, if it's used, even get a console. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself whenever you evaluate an offer, if you're me, how much time and how many resources is this going to save the user? And if you have a 4-star, that's a game changer, especially if you're starting out and you can all of a sudden go from bringing in a 3-star Awakened Blade to a 4-star Awakened Blade. In the long run, that's probably going to save you more than $80 worth of units, and it's going to make the game more fun for you, which is honestly priceless, because I don't know about you, but I still play this game to have fun. That's why I do it every day. Now, not only do you have the benefit of that max signature stone and the shady 1,000 5-star hero crystal shards, which should be at least 2,000, but really the main draw is the rank 3 to 4 and the 4 to 5. So just to remind you what those items replace for $50, not even taking into account the max signature stone up to 99. When you go down to our 4 stars and you remind yourself, let's just say that I wanted to take my Venom because he still is my best Venom, as I do not have a 5-star. Let's say I want to take him up to rank 5. Well, this saves me 3 tier 4 catalyst of that class, 2 tier 1 alphas, and 5 tier 4 basics. And I think especially for summoners who aren't getting tier 4 class catalyst very easily, and there are quite a few of them out there, it's easy to forget if you are getting map 5 and map 6 and map 7 crystals every week for Alliance Quest, just how hard it is for a lot of summoners still to collect the tier 4 class catalyst, especially of the specific class they need. I do believe that those tier 4 class catalyst crystals are rigged and skewed towards getting the classes that you already have. This is why they have you trade in 3 for 1. They know that their system is skewed toward not giving you that one that you need, hence the sacrifice of 2 out of 3 of them. But that's one of the gems, and then we also want to make sure that we include the other one. Say I want to take this Domino, right from rank 3 to rank 4. That's still saving 2 tier 3 Mutant Catalyst, 3 additional tier 4 basics, and 12. So you're saving a total of 8 tier 4 basics between those 2 rank ups, along with, of course, getting the max signature stone and the 1,000 5-star shards. So I do believe that is also a B value. For Act 6, of course, it's an F. It's a negative infinity. It's whatever you want to call it, because you can't bring them in. But for variant difficulty, and then just in general, for those of you middle-class summoners who are trying to have maybe your second or third, or maybe even first, rank 5, 4-star, back in the day, the MCOC internet community would have exploded if these items even existed. They just didn't exist. Even for $100, right? They didn't exist at all. They were just invisible. But because the game knows that we are transitioning to 5 stars and 6 stars, suddenly these 4-star Awakening bundles and 4-star Max Interest Stone bundles are becoming a lot more common, and that benefits the middle class the most, the people who need to become uncollected. Maybe they want 100% complete Act 5 or Act 4, and certainly those of you whose skills are good enough to tackle variant difficulty with rank 5 Max Sig 4 stars. So you know whether or not that is you. But I think probably a B- to be on the right and a solid B to the left. They're not going to get A's, but they're not going to get C's. I have to be objective with this. If you're somebody who thinks that's too generous of a grade, you probably have given up on 4 stars being ranked up long ago, and that's fine. But this deal is not for you, bro. It's just not. And you got to remember, there's so many people out there who are struggling to rank up 4 stars. And no matter how much content they clear, no matter how much event quests clear, it's not going to be able for them to get the tier 4 class catalyst they need, or certainly even the tier 4 basics. And so this bundle is for them. And it's solid B value. When you critique deals, you have to take yourself out of the equation. You have to ask yourself, if I was a summoner in X position, what would this save me? And I still say, as I said toward the beginning of this offer, if you are someone who really, really needs that 4-star game-changing champion Awakened, you will not find a better deal in the course of 2019, at least as far as what we have seen in the past year. Maybe this is the new standard and we'll see one of these every couple of months, but there's no guarantee. So if you can't afford it, as always, don't do it. You'll be fine without it. But if you can't afford it, it's guaranteed value. You do not have to spend a single crystal on today's deal, and that's what I promote. Guaranteed value that is not dependent on the RNG Marvel Contest of Champions casino that often leaves you depressed and bankrupt. Save your money, save your swag bucks, save your credit, save whatever for guaranteed value like you see today, because that is how you progress fastest in this game. Do not leave it to, say, the legendary defensive bundle where you're mostly going to get either 3-4 stars for $120. Yeah, compare that price to this, right? Or some 5 stars that are still worthless to rank up. Thanks for watching YouTube. Happy Master Sunday. Should be a fascinating finish, at least at the time of recording this.